Hi, everybody. We are live. It's Sunday night on the West Coast. 4 o'clock here. I don't know what time it is there. It depends on where you are. I really appreciate that you guys are here tuning in and, ready to talk about whatever we're going to talk about, because tonight is an Ask Me Anything. I've had lots of topics the last few weeks, and it was time just to do a free-for-all night. And so here we are. I want to welcome Melissa and Bonnie. They are the moderators tonight in the live chat. You will see them there welcoming people and keeping order out of the chaos of a live chat, which they can go by pretty quick, all the comments. And so that's why I have them watching the comments, because it's very hard for me to do that. So I wanted to say hello. If it's your first time here, I want to give you an extra special welcome. You have stumbled upon a little corner of the internet where we give each other a lot of support, and just, trying to figure out this whole way of doing a proper human diet in the best way possible for each of us personally, because we are all different. I myself have lost almost 150 pounds. It's been, a long journey, and I'm still not done. I'll probably be on this journey. I plan to be on this journey for the rest of my life, because I can't imagine going back to standard American diet. And I'll just give a quick brief summary of what kind of food do we eat? Well, we eat whole foods with single ingredients. For some of us, it is just meat and fat. For others, it is meat, fat, and vegetables. That's the nutshell. That's the core of the proper human diet is real foods with single ingredients, no grains, no flours, sugars, refined carbohydrates, seed oils. Seed oils are very toxic. Make your own salad dressings and your own sauces out of the actual real fats. Some of us have avocados. Some of us do drink coffee. I did quit coffee over a year ago, but that took me a long time to get there too. So, for everybody, this is a personal journey, and it is a journey. It's not, we're going to start a diet on Monday and we're going to follow it for so many months. And then when, we've lost weight or we've done whatever goal, we've reached whatever goal, then we're going to go back to standard American diet. It's one of those things where once you've been there, it's hard to go back. It's hard to go back because you don't realize how sick some of those foods can make you until you stop eating them and then try to eat them again. And that feeling that you get, that it's almost like a hangover or something. So I think a lot of you here know exactly what I'm talking about, especially if you've tried to switch back and forth and you go, oh gee, I felt so good. Why did I do that? We've all been there. And maybe that happened last week, the last few days. Maybe that happened at Thanksgiving, and you're sitting here right now wondering, oh, how do I get back? How do I get back to this? And we could talk about that tonight, because tonight is Ask Me Anything. And I am going to, there's going to be lots of time for questions and lots of time, for me to answer them. But I do have a few announcements to start off with. So we ran a giveaway last 2 weeks for a rebounder. We have a winner. We announced the winner. I answered their comment from the video. I put their name in a community post on YouTube, and I put their name in the title of the rebounder video where we were running the giveaway, and I still have not heard from them. So if you are known as the Two Old Peeps 3528 on YouTube, you are the winner of the rebounder. Please contact me, email me at ketogenicwoman@gmail.com, And give me your contact details so that Ken Sohn can send you the rebounder you won. You only have a few more days, and then I have to pick somebody else. So you have until this Wednesday, and then I have to pick somebody else. So if you are the two old peeps 3528, or you know who they are, please let them know to contact me right away. Okay, so that's the rebounder. We do have a giveaway tonight. I'm giving away a t-shirt out of the Ketogenic Woman merch shop. There are some new designs in there. In fact, there was one that I really liked. It had, I run on ketones with kind of a floral pattern. I've actually ordered that for myself. So looking forward to getting that. So check out the new designs, but also whoever wins the giveaway tonight, you just have to put shirt in the comment. You'll be able to pick out which one you want. You just, as long as it's a t-shirt, you can go in and pick, your color and size and let me know. We will announce that winner at the end of this live. So it's for the next hour. If you're here for the next hour, put shirt in the comments and you'll be entered. We'll draw at the end. So that's the giveaway, and I'll do another reminder later in the hour. What else do we have here? There are a few, there are so many. There are so many Black Friday deals. I know. I mean, I've got the people that support my channel. They've been emailing me and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure I have forgotten somebody, but the last couple of weeks I've been trying to say, hey, go check out this person, go check out that person, and I'm going to quickly just tell you who's out there. I love this product, Purely Tallow. I've been using this for almost 2 years now. I don't wear foundation at all. I'm 67. This is my favorite product. And I use 4 or 5 of her products. I use the cleanser, the night mask, the Trinity Balm, and then this basic tallow, which is a daily put on your face and other parts of your body if you want. So she's doing a buy 3 get 1 free. So that's their Black Friday deal. Carnivore Bars. I know a lot of people say, well, they're too expensive. They're spendy. They're spendy, but I like to have these on hand as a meal replacement, emergency food. They last 25 years if they're unopened. I got confirmation of that. I love these. They have grown on me over time, and they're great. If you're going to go for a Christmas dinner, put one in your bag just in case there's nothing there you can eat. And it's a full meal replacement. So there's that. I'm going to be making a recipe video. I haven't done a recipe video in a couple weeks because I've been so busy working on my cookbook. And I am going to be making one this coming week using it's invisible on the green screen, using the salter, the salter. I love the lime, even though it's invisible. It doesn't have an invisible taste. Let me tell you, it's got an amazing taste. So watch for that coming up. Keto Chow, brand new flavor they launched. These links are all in my video notes. So Melissa, you don't have to freak out throwing the links up there. They are all down there already in my video notes. No worries. But Keto Chow has a new flavor called carrot cake. For those of you who like the Keto Chow and rely on that is also a meal replacement. So there you go. I think I probably forgot somebody, but you know what? I'll mention them next time, or I probably mentioned them last time. I appreciate you guys supporting the people who support me. It really helps a lot. And there was, what else? I was going to say something else. I wanted to talk about, so one of the things that I was thinking about today was, all of the we talked about this, I think about 3 or 4 weeks ago on the live, all of the confusing messages out there, about, is carnivore sustainable? Is keto sustainable? Do you need to add more carbs? Do you need to do this? Do you need to do that? No, you don't. Everybody is different. I saw a video this week. It was Kelly Hogan. Go to Kelly Hogan's channel, and it's her latest video where she has Danny Conway on as her guest, and they address it all fearlessly. And it's one of the best videos I've seen in a long time on the subject, and I really got a lot out of that video, and I think you will too. It'll ease your confusion. It'll ease your mind. I just love that video. And speaking of Kelly Hogan, one of my things for December is a tough month for all of us. It's a tough month for people who are not trying to follow a certain way of eating. It isn't always easy to be under that pressure cooker of family, gift buying, doing all the visiting, cooking, planning. It's all a big pressure cooker, and when things go wrong, they just seem elevated, and that's why I did that 3-part series recently on how to deal with all this. What I'd like to know, and what I'm always kind of reminding myself is, when everyone else is, they're all eat, drink, and be merry. It's only Christmas once a year. What keeps you going? What keeps you going through the season without succumbing to the whole mindset of eat, drink, and be merry? I decided to jump back into Kelly Hogan's coaching group this month because I saw this video, and it was just such a great video, and I was in her coaching group for about a year, and I learned so much from her. And really, the only reason that I left is because I needed to focus on this cookbook that I'm working on. I've got to have the final manuscript in by the end of March. And I was actually hoping to have it in sooner. I am making good progress on it. And as some of my sister was killed in a car accident a couple months ago. And, it took the wind out of my sails a little bit as far as working on the book. And so I have gotten back into it now. I have kind of done that. But I thought, if there ever was a time that I might be at risk of falling apart, this December of 2025 could be that time. And so I thought it's not going to hurt to call in extra support. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Like, don't think that you're here doing all of this alone and that it's all up to you. Ultimately, it is up to me what I put in my mouth and what decisions I make day to day. But if I can get extra help in that, if I can join an extra support group, even if it's just for the month, I know that December is going to challenge me. It's going to be, it's going to be a weird Christmas without all my family members of my family of origin, or first time ever. None of them are here. And so that will be weird for me. I have other family members. I have that support, which I appreciate very much. But it's just something that's been playing on my mind. And so I put myself in Kelly's hands because I know that I'll be in good hands, and her groups are always so much fun, and it'll lift my spirits. And so that's why I've decided to jump back in, and I think it's going to be a great time. So what keeps you going when everybody else is, just saying, hey, let's do, Christmas only comes once a year. Let's go have fun. You deserve it. You get all those things that people say to you. You've worked hard. You deserve it. You've been through XYZ. You deserve it. I feel like what I deserve is different from what other people think that I deserve. If people think that, if I have the piece of pie, or if I have, the extra this or that, or if I have some drinks, I mean, I don't drink alcohol anymore. It's a very rare thing where I might have, anything like that. And if people think that's what I deserve, really what that is going to get me is aches and pains, regrets, sadness, bloat, diarrhea, migraines, rosacea. My rosacea doesn't take much, to trigger a flare on my face. That sometimes can happen even for no expected reason at all. It's just sometimes happen even just a little bit of stress and just whoo, I get this flare. Those are the sorts of things that I can look forward to if I listen to the messages of the little lizard in the back of my head telling me that, oh, I should just do it this once, it'll be fine. That's what I can look forward to. So I'm one of the things that I learned from being in Kelly's group was the idea of switching FOMO, fear of missing out, with JOMO, which is joy of missing out on all that crap that will come to me if I do this. And so I don't expect that I will. My expectations are that I will make it through December just fine. I made it through Canadian Thanksgiving just fine. The last 2-3 years, I've made it through Thanksgiving and Christmas and everything else without a weight gain. And I fully expect it's going to be like that again this year. And but just to hedge my bets, calling in extra reinforcements, it never hurts to do that. It absolutely doesn't. So I'm really looking forward to answering your questions. I see the questions are already building up quite rapidly, so I'm gonna go take a look. But before I do that, I just want to say that in case you are just tuning in now, we do have a giveaway today. I'm giving away a T-shirt out of the Ketogenic Woman merch shop, and you'll be able to pick out the color, the size, and which design you want. After whoever wins, I will email you how to do that. So let's go to the questions here. Just going to take a quick sip of my tea and go to the questions here. Okay. Let's take a look. Got 20 things here so far to look at. First of all, I want to welcome a new member. Babs Y2 became a member. Look for us in the go to my channel, look in the membership tab, and take a look at at what you can find there. There's Zoom meetings and all kinds of stuff like that. Look forward to meeting you, and thank you for joining. Tina Cox 9526. How do you get back on track for a plateau? I've been on so many plateaus, and well, first of all, let's define what that looks like, because some people are of the thought that if you don't lose weight 1 week, you're on a plateau, which is not really true. A plateau is generally thought of at least 6 weeks with no weight loss and no inch loss. So it's important to be taking measurements as well, just as an aside. So 6 weeks. And I certainly have had 6 weeks and even 6 months. That is normal. And I don't really know your background, so I don't know how long you've been at this, what kind of weight you've lost, things like that. For myself, it would come every 20 or 30 pounds of weight loss would also mean kind of a plateau. And it is normal, and your body, if you've got a lot of weight to lose, your body has to adjust, and a slower weight loss is in fact a little bit better, because your fat cells hold all those toxins. And if you lost 100 pounds in 3 months, whoop, those toxins are being released into your body, and you're not going to feel that great. There's lots of doctors out there who talk about that. So, Dr. Boz, Dr. Bickman, Dr. Chafee, all those types of people, I follow a lot of those doctors. And we don't want to lose weight too fast. Plateaus are annoying though. So I would start at the beginning. Like how were you successful in the very beginning when you first started? I would look at your carbs, your total carbs. Net carbs is not that net carbs is kind of a lie, in my opinion. It can lead you down the garden path of, this keto product says 2 net carbs on it, and then you look at the fine print and it's really 20, 30 total carbs with they subtract all these things, do a bunch of fancy math, and you're at 2 net carbs. Well, your body doesn't care. Your body just sees those 30 carbs. Like, it's not doing the math, let me tell you. So I think that that's the first trap that people fall into, is letting the carb creep in. And just letting and that even goes for some of the, like, I've made some foods lately, before, when I was first doing this, I didn't really count carbs all that much. I just kept them low, and I had so much weight to lose that, it just naturally came off fairly slowly. But now that I'm, in the end, the end is in sight. It's near, but oh so far sometimes. I'm keeping track of a lot of stuff that I didn't keep track of before, and even animal carbs can add up. If you have a day where you've had a lot of dairy and some seafood, liver, and some of those milk powder buns, you could have had 30, 40 carbs that day and not even realize it. They do come from animal sources, and so I tend to not be concerned about them, but I wouldn't have all those, now that I know how many carbs are in all those foods, I wouldn't have them all in the same day. And I have noticed, now that I'm really tracking my blood glucose and my ketones, I have noticed that on days where I have a lot of dairy, those morning numbers are not so great. And so that's another thing. Look at the dairy that you're having. Look, if you're keto and you're having nuts, that's another one to look at, because those add up quickly, the carbs. And if you are not eating within your natural circadian rhythm, then that can be a problem as well. It was interesting because I have an Oura ring, and this morning they sent me a message saying that it was time for an upgrade, blah blah blah, and there was an upgrade in the app, and when I went into my dashboard, it looked completely different. And I started poking around in some things that I hadn't really looked at before. And so it reminded me to eat within my natural circadian rhythm. And there was a place in there where I could see that my circadian rhythm is like, I'm an early person. I'm one of, there's apparently only 10% of people are in the same circadian rhythm that I have. And it was just weird, but it made sense to me, because that is when I wake up every day. That is when I go to bed every day. Therefore, this is when I should be eating my meals. And a lot of times I try, I go out of that. But if I eat my last food later than 4:00, my blood glucose is higher in the morning than if I don't. And I know not everybody can change their eating to be within their natural circadian rhythm, and not everybody knows what their natural circadian rhythm is. So I just encourage people to look at that if they're in a plateau, is to try to move their eating window earlier in the day, closer to sunrise. Dr. Boz talks a lot about that, and she is really big on that. And so I would encourage you to do that, because it can make a difference. There's so many things. We did have a recent, I think 4 or 5 weeks ago, we did a live stream, and it was talking about the fastest ways to get into ketosis. So that might be something, Tina, that you could go and take a watch. I hope that some of these suggestions will help you. But what I'll leave you with first, before I jump to the next question, is that I have learned to embrace the plateaus as well, because they are giving me practice for maintenance. I have heard so many people talk about how they fail when they get to maintenance, and I certainly have in the past with all my years of being on diets and losing weight, and then the minute I stopped the diet going back up, I never knew how to do maintenance, and I'm doing maintenance. I've been doing maintenance for quite a while, and when I do maintenance long enough, like sometimes I'll stay at the same size for a year, and then suddenly I'll have some weight loss, and I'll have to buy some new clothes and things like that, and then I'm maintaining again, and I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. It's a nice gentle way to kind of keep going and not get discouraged, and embrace it for I'm practicing for that day when I no longer have to be either racing up the scale or racing down the scale. It's just a nice, smooth, steady maintenance. So I hope that helps, and good luck, and let us know how you're doing. And certainly look for some extra help. Ivy, apparently it is Ivy's birthday today. Happy birthday, Ivy. Jason, anyone out in BC tried Primal Sisters pork crisps? Yes, I have tried all of the Primal Sisters products. They have pork rinds, but they also have pork skins, and they also have meat, the meat chips too. And so, what I like about them is that the products are made in small batches, and they are, from a local, well, to me, local, they're from the island, where like they're from the same area that I live in. And so I support them for that. They are, the bags of crisps and chips and things like that are a little pricey, like, Carnivore Bar, all the other things. They're all, it costs money to make these quality products. And I think a lot of people don't appreciate that. What you're being charged for is the cost of how they're carefully making the quality products out of quality ingredients, and then they have to do the marketing and the bags and all that stuff. And yes, you can make all these things at home, and I certainly make a lot of this stuff at home. But I also, if you look in my pantry, I've got the Carnivore Bars, I've got the Primal Sisters pork rinds and the meat chips and all. I've got Carnivore crisps. I've got the emergency food, but I also make my own. You can do both, and yeah. So I think their products are good. I definitely enjoy them. Tammy Goff, so happy I made it. I've been struggling with sugar, carb addiction, and holidays not helping. No, I mean, this is the time of year that all comes out, right? Part of it is exposure. Part of it is every time you walk into the store, you're faced with walls and walls of all the old, the things that trigger those childhood memories of, oh, we used to have that, or my mom used to make that, or, auntie used to make that. And it can really play a number. And, your why has to be stronger than those, what's drawing you towards those carbs and those sugary items. And yeah, easier said than done. I give you that. But if you say no enough times, it definitely becomes easier. And get help, get people around you, talk to people, join groups. Tammy, if I'm not mistaken, you're the person who won the rebounder. the first time we did the Rebounder giveaway. So, I'm so glad that you're here. I hope that you're using it and getting some, at least a little bit of health bouncing done in the morning. It can set the tone for your day. And I hope you're enjoying it. I don't know if you were here at the beginning. The person who won this week, I have not heard from them yet. It's been 3 or 4 days. And so I'm hoping that they come forward so that I can send them a rebounder as well. But hang in there, Tammy, and I'll be running these live streams all through December because I need them as much as you guys need them, and let's all get through this together. Ear Leash 9738. This is my first time catching a live. I usually have to watch the replays. Hey, welcome. I'm glad you're here. It's fun to chat in the live. That's why I like going to other people's lives, because I like to see all the people in the chat and see some of my friends there and some of the people that are my group members who also go to those lives. So I'm so glad you're here and made it to an actual live. I hope to see you again. Anne had you. When it's eat, drink, and be merry, I stick to Mr. Carnivore, which I know is healthier for me. If I cheat, I make sure it's a small portion. Yeah, and there are, absolutely, there are people who will do a planned cheat. They'll say, I'll have, I'm going to eat my meat, and I'll fill up on, if they're keto, I'll fill up on the vegetables and the meat. And if there's any room, I'll have, 1 bite of this or 2 bites of that or something. And they can do that. And if that is you, fantastic. And then the next day you just carry on and you're golden. And so, but for the people who have, say, an autoimmune, they may not be able to do that. They may be the ones waking up the next day with a flare up of their autoimmune disease, or, they've got joint pain, things like that. And there may be the person who is so severely addicted, just like an alcoholic, where if they have the 2 bites of the pie or whatever, that might be it for them. They might be off to the races until, they make that resolution in January. And so that's what, we want to avoid that for those people. And we are all different. Some of us can do that, and some of us can't. And it can be tricky, and it can be a slippery slope. So just proceed with caution, everybody. Just really know yourself and ask yourself, is this the right thing? Is this what I want in the morning? Is this going to be okay? Try to get those honest answers and really stay in touch with your why. And I like that Mr. Carnivore. I bet he's really good looking too, Mr. Carnivore. I'd like to go on a date with Mr. Carnivore and just have him with me at my side. So have fun. Marty Hanna, joining from my kitchen in Maryland while making your Beef Boss carnivore buns. Yeah, those are good. But again, proceed with caution, because I have discovered for myself that I like them a little too much. And but they make great, like, for Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving, dinner. Those of you guys that have just had that, or some kind of entertaining, they make great additions to a special meal. And so they are in my toolbox for bringing out at a meal where I'm entertaining or something like that. So those are great buns for just having 3 ingredients. Glad you're trying them. Patty, hi. Yesterday, I thought it was Sunday, and I was disappointed that you weren't on. When I realized it, I watched your interview with Dr. Baker. You did a great job. Thanks for being here. Well, thank you for watching that. I really enjoyed talking to Dr. Sean Baker. I have met him a couple months ago. Well, actually, I've met him a few times. I met him a few months ago at Meatstock 2025, and then the year before that, I met him at Meat Stock 2024, and I also met him at KetoCon. So I've actually met him 3 times. Yeah. And he's very large. He's very, the first time I knew he was big and tall, but the first time I met him, like I literally, the top of my head was about chest level for him. I felt so, I just felt like a tiny short person beside him. It was very intimidating, but he's a big guy, but he's very friendly and easygoing, easy to talk to. So I have enjoyed meeting him. Oh yeah, here you go, Tammy. You were the one. I'm glad I got that right. Okay, good. Glad that you love it and are enjoying it. And I hope that the 2 old peeps, 3528, if you're listening out there, please come and claim your rebounder. Karen Miles. Hi, Karen. I love you. I'm so glad you're here. Your video on YouTube with Dr. Baker was awesome. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. So glad that you're here. This is the kind of support, this is where I feel like there are people here. They're going to support me through December. I'm going to do what I can to support back through December for those of you who are struggling, and we'll all do this together. Brian, how generous of you again, has gifted a Ketogenic Woman membership, and let's check it out. It is Anne Hadju. Welcome, Anne. That is great. Thank you. Terry, your skin is lovely. Oh, Terry, this is actually Penny, right? I think this is Penny. So Penny, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm loving the tallow. I knew about beef tallow, this stuff here. I knew about people were putting beef tallow on their skin for a couple years before I actually was brave enough to try it. And the reason I was brave enough to try it is because I met Serena at Meat Stock in 2024. She gave me a little sample of it, and I was like, oh, that was not what I expected. I mean, hers, I don't know about others. I have ordered one from Amazon once, which was not very good. It was really thick and gloppy. Hers is like whipped cream. It just slides right in, and it disappears into your skin, and makes your skin really soft. I love it. So yeah, thank you for that, Penny. Deb HQC, first time catching a live. Welcome. We got another first timer here. I'm so glad that you're here. Fellow Canuck. Excellent. Enjoy this channel. Well, you'll have to let me know what part of the Canadian country you are from. I'm on the West Coast. Low carb spin. Hi, you guys. Nice to see you here. You are not alone. I know I'm not alone. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support as well. And if there's anything I can do for you guys, let me know. Terry, Penny, I appreciate the support this group and you, Anita, give me. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Marty, Hannah, I deserve ribeye. Yes, you do. You go out and get yourself a ribeye, by all means. Just Jason Keto, such a great community here. Yes, it is. Jason is part of it as well, and I do appreciate that you're here as well. Thank you so much. It is so great the way the community members come and enjoy and support. I just love it. Average keto carnivore guy, Aaron, the only thing that sucks for me is the people you expect to be your biggest supporter are my biggest hurdle. I have heard that from people. I mean, you would hope, I assume you're talking about, family members and, people that are close to you that you would like to have their support. And it's hard. It's hard when you don't. It definitely is hard when you don't. I at least have, I'm the only one in my family who is eating the way that I am eating, but I at least have the support that they're not going to, they don't hassle me about it. They don't try to change me. And so I do appreciate that very much, but it would be, It would be nice. I hear what you're saying, and get it. Get it from where you can. Get it from out in the community, online, I guess, or a lot of people may not know that maybe even in their local areas there might be meetup groups going on that they don't know about. There's huge carnivore community here on the island, and I'm very thrilled to be part of that. Meat Stock 2026. I will be at Meat Stock 2026. Love the Saltar. I love the Saltar. Am I pronouncing that right, Scott? I don't know. Saltar. Whatever. I love it. And I know the green is invisible. This is the lime. This one is my favorite. This is the grapefruit. I have a recipe that is going to come out in the coming week for the lime, and I'm hoping to do another recipe after that. And yes, there are so many friends here. Absolutely. And thank you for being one of them. So I hope to see you guys. I don't know if there's tickets left, but if there are tickets left, if you go to the Meat Stock website to order tickets, you can put Ketogenic Woman at checkout, and you can get $50 off. Or maybe even there might even be a Black Friday deal still going on. Maybe try ribeye. I think you might get more of a discount even. Try that one instead, and see if you'll get some money off either way, with either one of those. Okay. What have we got? Yeah. So, I better just do another plug for the giveaway that is coming up in 20 minutes. Put in shirt. Someone here tonight will win a shirt. Iona, Marilyn, on day 2 of a 3-day egg fast, and your recipes are my go-to. Do you still recommend the egg fast, and how often would you recommend? So I recommend an egg fast anytime. Now, I have simplified the way I do it personally. When I developed all those recipes a few years ago, I was an admin in a very large egg fast group, and people were just begging for recipes. And so I made up egg fast ice cream and egg fast muffins and waffles and all kinds of recipes to make it easier for people to follow the egg fast. My needs and desires have simplified over the years, and these days when I do an egg fast, I basically keep it simple. I love soft-boiled eggs with butter. I love pan-fried eggs with browned butter. I just brown the butter a bit and pour it over top. Thank you, Bonnie, for that one. I love to keep it simple. I might have a cheese omelet, like 3 eggs and an ounce of cheese. That, and butter, of course. That's the extent of what I do. I do like the egg loaf, though. The egg loaf is really good. So if you haven't tried that yet, but you don't even need to add sweetener to that one. For me, it tastes like a big pancake. But yeah, I still do the egg fast from time to time. I definitely, it is a good way to get back into ketosis, and especially the simpler you keep it, eggs, butter, salt, the faster you'll get back into ketosis. And so I do recommend it as a good metabolic reset for people. It's very easy to do. Ivy is thanking us for the birthday wishes. I hope you are having a great birthday, Ivy. Karen Miles is slicing meat right now to dehydrate. Dehydrated meat is amazing. I just love it. Here we have another person who has attended their first live. What is going on tonight? I'm so happy that you're here. The Farmer's Wife 1, welcome. I hope you're enjoying it. Hi all, another one, my first time catching a live. Yay, started carnivore a little over a month ago after months of lurking and finally deciding to just do it. Thank you, Anita, for all you bring to this community. Well, I'm so glad you decided to jump into the deep end with us. Some of us here are keto, some are carnivore, and many are just somewhere in between. and I don't care. I just think that whatever people do, as long as it's whole, single ingredient foods and it's setting you on the road to optimal health, that is the most important thing. I love doing carnivore. Every once in a while, I'll have some avocado or I'll have something like that. But on most days, we're talking meat on a plate. I keep it simple, and I think the more I keep it simple, the easier it is, and so that's what I recommend. Thank you for being yet another person here at the live who is your first timer. I mean that is amazing. So I appreciate that. Darvit, hi. It's the least we can do. You do so much for our community with all the information and recipes. It would be an honor to be there for you. PST me if you ever need cheering. Thank you, Darvit. That is so kind. I just love that you're in this community as well. Jazzy Mama from Alaska. Hello there. Add some exercise snacks. I love exercise snacks. Those are the best. I hop on my rebounder while I wait for the water to go through the filter. Go up and down a flight of stairs. Take a walk up and down the street. Do a few wall push-ups, etc. Exercise snacks are amazing. And there are studies, I don't have them at my fingertips, but there are studies that show that they accumulate throughout the day, that if you do little exercise snacks throughout the day, it's as good as if you went for a 30-minute walk. So get them while you can. Like, just do what you can. If you can't take 30, 40 minutes to do like a formal exercise thing, just do them throughout the day where you can. Jazzy Mama is 100% right. Low carb spin. Will your cookbook be only carnivore, or will it have you tried and true? Have your tried and true keto winners? Can't wait to pre-order. Well, a lot of my good keto ones, I have turned into carnivore, and I make suggestions in the book. If you're keto, you can add blah blah blah. But it is basically a carnivore book that I think would be useful to someone who was also keto. So I'm in the book. I also try to keep it simple. I am one of those people that if I look at a book and there's a recipe and it's got more than 5 or 6 ingredients, my eyes glaze over and I keep flipping, because I just I'm just so happy with meat and salt now. You wouldn't even believe it. I think people are going to be surprised at how many recipes are in the book, considering how simple I like to keep things. So I hope you enjoy it. Yes. Oh, Salter, thank you for clarifying that. Because I have heard a couple of interesting pronunciations of it. That's why I asked. Tina Murphy, hi, so good to see you. We're getting up there in time too. Love to catch a Sunday live. I love that you're here, Tina. Iona thanking me for answering the question. You are so welcome. Debbie Deschong. I probably have not pronounced that right, but Debbie, my biggest hurdle is Diet Coke. How do I get rid of that? I have tried cold turkey and that was worse than the keto flu. Diet Coke, if you are drinking a lot of Diet Coke and you go cold turkey, that is going to be hard. So here's what I heard that Dr. Barry and his wife Nisha did, because they were addicted at one time to, I think it was Dr. Pepper. They got plain sparkling water, and they gradually reduced the Dr. Pepper with a little bit of addition of sparkling water. So it still was that, fizzy drink. And they reduced it down, and to the point where they were just drinking very weak Dr. Pepper with mostly sparkling water, and then they were able to give it up. And that is similar to how I quit coffee. I was drinking half calf and then decaf, and then gradually stopped. Sorry, my throat was getting dry there for a second. So that's what I would recommend. And yeah, good luck with that. Hopefully that will work for you. Another one here. Be kind 929. Oh, my first live too. How do I get in touch with the Victoria group? I'm also on the island. Okay, they have a Facebook group. I don't have the link with me here now, so I'm not quite sure how to get that to you. But if you go on Facebook and you put British Columbia carnivores in the search bar, you're going to find the Facebook group. I'm in it as well. Or send me an email at ketogenicwoman@gmail.com and I'll give you the link. I think that might even be an easier way to find it. Val B53. Well, technically, this would be my first live also. I can't join till after 7 due to church. Well, I'm so glad you're here too. This is a party of first-time livers here tonight. Christina loves cats. I had collard greens on Thanksgiving and woke up the next day in a lot of pain, like I was in a fight with Mike Tyson. Who would have thought I mean, we're always told these things are, you got to eat more vegetables. You need the fiber. Fiber is not an essential nutrient. We have all found out now. That is crazy that, but it does and can have those kinds of effects on people. Let's see here. Leslie, you look amazing. You help save many lives. Oh, thank you so much, Leslie. I really appreciate it. Okay, we have about 10 minutes left, so I'm just gonna peek in here. Jason has also given away a membership to the channel to Paula Kane. Congratulations, Paula. Look for the membership tab. Actually, I think Paula already knows that. Anyways, that is great. So let's do, I just want to do another reminder about the live, and we're going to spin that in about 5 minutes. So get your entry in. Just put shirt in the comments, and you only need to put it once, and it doesn't matter if it's capitals or small case letters, but just put shirt in the comment and you will be automatically entered. And I will be giving you the instructions, like whoever wins tonight. How many entries? We have 94 entries so far. So get in there, put the word shirt in. Whoever wins tonight and emails me their contact information, I'll let you know how to pick the color and all that other stuff, the size that you need, and whatever. And we'll make sure that we get you the shirt that you want. So let me just go back here. I think there's another question came in. Here we have another comment that it's first time live for Kim. Hello from Arizona. You are such an inspiration. I share your channel a lot. I really appreciate you sharing my channel. We have just a couple minutes, so I just want to say that this is kind of what gets me through the whole eat, drink, and be merry thing. I feel an accountability to the people that follow me and to the people who are out there who have never heard my name or have never heard of proper human diet, carnivore, never heard of keto, never have any inclination that there is a better way to eat, an easier way to eat that will help to resolve whatever it is, like if you've got type 2 diabetes or joint pain, different things like that. It can only help. And I just, I just want people that are in my age group, especially, to know, whether they're men or women, it doesn't matter. We all have the same, aging problems of, our arthritis and all these things that start to go wrong after we're finished with our 40s. We get into our 50s, and everybody says it goes downhill from there. It didn't go downhill, from there for me. I actually feel a lot better than I did when I was in my 40s and 50s, and probably even in my 30s. When you weigh what I weighed, everything is painful. I watched my mom go through this too. Everything was painful for her. She was over 100 pounds overweight in her 80s, and there were so many things that she couldn't do. even 10 years prior to that, I mean, she had troubles, getting up from a table, getting up from a couch, those sorts of things. Those all start to become more difficult when you're this age. And I feel like myself at 67, I'm healthier than I was 20, 30 years ago. And I feel like I can even do better. I can even get better. I'm still working on my knee issues, and still trying to get those extra steps in every day. I did for myself for Black Friday deals. I did buy myself. I got to be careful how I word this. I did buy myself a vibration plate. I keep saying something else, and then we won't go there. But I bought one of those vibration plates. It actually just came, and so it's in the box there. I'm just dying to try it out. But it's supposed to be really good for your lymphatic drainage. My dad actually passed from lymphatic cancer, and so it is something that I am concerned with, and because I've had a previous surgery on my left knee for a torn meniscus about 15 years ago. I had a surgery, and there's scar tissue, and that my left leg actually does, not have as good circulation as my right leg does. And so these are things that concern me. And so, yeah, I'm going to start using that vibration plate. And I'm very excited that I got that for myself. So we have 5 minutes left. I just want to first welcome Ruth, who just became a new member. Thank you, Ruth. Welcome. I recognize your name. You've been following this channel and leaving comments for a while, so I look forward to meeting you. So let's do the draw and see who has won the shirt. Who is it going to be? This is exciting. Kathy Neville 7879. All right. So Kathy, what I need you to do is to send me an email, ketogenicwoman@gmail.com, and I will give you a link where you can go and pick out what kind of shirt you want, and color, size, all that kind of stuff. And congratulations! So we'll get you that shirt. You just need to send me an email. And final call out for the Two Old Peeps 3528. If anybody knows who they are, or if you are listening to this replay later, because I know you're not here tonight, but if you're listening later, please let me know who you are, where you are. Otherwise, by Wednesday, I'm going to have to give the rebounder to someone else. So I hope to hear from you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you guys next Sunday. Watch for a new video coming out later on this week, where I will be doing some magic with the Salter. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks very much for being here. Love you all. Good night.